Okay, hi, I'm John, the flipping idiot. And one of the keys to my success for flipping is Festool. I live in a cold climate, and one of the biggest things is the ability to use the hoses that come with these units to capture the dust and to send it to a dust collector so I can work indoors all year round. Today's feature, I thought I'd do a flipping Festool Fridays. Um, I'm so excited about it. I'll probably release it on a Wednesday or Thursday. But I wanted to show this off. I am welcoming this guy to the family. This is the RTS400. I believe it's an 80 centimeter by 130 centimeter pad. It's the rectangular pad from Festool. Somebody might ask, and I know from my talking to my woodcraft, they do not sell nearly as many of these as they do of the Delta. So you're going to see clearly the difference is this shape right here. It looks like an iron, and it has some advantages. You can get this into areas underneath and kind of in between spots like spindles on a chair where you can go in if you're doing sanding on furniture work. Obviously, I have both. It's not that I have a lot of money, because I don't. But there are reasons that it made sense for me to get this guy. Part of it was I was returning a tool, and my local woodcraft manager was gracious enough to give me a credit on that. And so I was about 2/3 of the way to one of these, and I thought, you know what? As long as I've got the credit for it, I will bite the bullet and spend the rest to get this guy. I'm going to set this guy so I don't knock him off the table. I have the sanding mouse or sanding block. It connects to a hose that I have trouble finding in most Festool suppliers. I bought this off Amazon. This is a 21.5 millimeter hose. It's not anti-stat. It's smaller. It's very lightweight, super flexible, and it just plugs right in like that. So I've used this a ton in my videos. I've hooked this up to other vacuums. I'm going to do even more about this in the near future. So if you want to like and subscribe, I would recommend it, but you got to make your own choices. So this is what I call the whip hose. It's just a wiggly long one. This is a really great hose when combined with this product because it gives you a lot of reach. So you can run all the way around a big piece of furniture and never have to move your dust collector. So that is part of the family. The other part is that I already had this guy. And so this is my mid-century modern furniture sander. This is the LS130. It's the same pad size as the 400 and the sandy block. And so the thing about this that made it unique is that the pad travels this way. It doesn't orbit the way that this guy does, even though it's a very fine orbit and there's a lot of attention and care and detail paid to what's the best way to make that sand with an orbital action. This one sands in a way that if you're going with the grain on these delicate black walnut veneers you find on mid-century modern furniture that have these strong lines or teak, it's never going to give you a little swirl when the abrasive in here is twisting around like it would on potentially an orbital type sander. You'll definitely get the bigger pigtails with the rotary or the round random orbit sanders. This one travels back and forth, kind of front to back on the sander. And so when you're going along on your piece of furniture, it's never going to leave you those swirls. It's a little bit slower, and it's more expensive, and I think it might actually be discontinued. But certain stores still have it. It was not the most popular sander they ever made. One interesting thing about it, as part of the family, is that it's sporting a pad. I need to get more for this guy. There's a spongy pad here, and there's a Velcro interface pad. And what this does is it saves the Velcro on my sanding pad, the part that goes on the sander itself. And so you can get these. think like 9 or 15 bucks, and you get a 2-pack where it's just the Velcro. The sanding pads, I think I need to get those from Amazon or from Festool directly. These are handy for getting a little bit of cushion if you're going around something that's soft, or sorry, pardon me, something that's contoured, something that's either round or you can kind of dip into things because it'll give you a little bit of give. And I can take the one that's on here, I can stack it up here, and that will give me even more cushion if I'm trying to go around some shape. You can see it kind of flexing when I push it down on the box there. So anyways, I had these guys and this guy, and so it made sense to get this guy. One thing I'm doing is I'm going to be sanding a lot of small parts. This is not one of those parts, but I'm going to bring the parts to the sander as opposed to bringing the sander like this to a dresser, to the work. So I'm going to be holding this one quite a bit. It's lighter, it's smaller than that guy. And what I'm going to be doing is for like more craft projects, but some bulk stuff I'm doing, volume production, I guess is the more appropriate term. I wanted to know where the end of the sander was. I can't find it as easily with this guy without twisting it and making it a little bit weird. I'm going to be doing little legs for little pieces, and so I wanted to be able to know exactly where I was side to side, where I was on the end, and with some padding, I wanted to be able to handle the contours and reduce the amount of fatigue in my arm. So that is one of the reasons I got this guy. Sorry. The other reason, actually, I'll get these down. I don't want that. The mouse can fall on the floor and bounce. It'll be fun. And so I'm going to show off the box real quick. So this is, I don't know if it's a System 5 or System 3 still. It features a handle now, pops out the front, locks away. I don't love that as much. This handle also locks away. It's a little sticky sometimes. So you get this nice padded box. It molded. There is a guard. Let's see how long it takes me to figure out how to snap it on. Never used it. Now it's installed. Okay, so that's a bumper, and what it does is it keeps you from running into things. If you're in a drawer or what have you, gives you a little bit more control. So you get instructions, warranty info. You do get a bag to manage the dust if you're outside or what have you. And then one thing, if you're not familiar, this is the only video you've seen. If this is the, sorry, I probably stood out of the frame. If this is the only video you've ever seen on Festool, this is pretty cool. I like it because if you ever make a mistake of cutting your cord, if you ever bought used tools and it's frayed and there's a bunch of electrical tape, you have these guys that just plug in when you need them, and you can leave it plugged in, I think, if you want, and still fit in the box. And then you give this collar a twist, and they've designed this so it's a little bit slicker. But now you have a tool with a cord. And then if you need to, you just pull that off. There is a little rib here on the plug, and what that does is it keeps you from plugging the thinner cord, which is designed to be a lighter gauge cord, so it reduces fatigue. The bigger tools have a thicker cord. They don't have that rib, and so you can't plug this into the heavier duty tools because of the demands on the copper in your cord. Just really briefly, the other thing that really makes Festool so effective is that there's carbon blended into the plastics, including their hoses. I've got the bigger hose in storage here. But even the hose has carbon blended, and what that does, it reduces the static so you don't get that sparkling cloud of toxic dust floating around your head. So they've thought of almost everything. They pay a lot of attention to their tools. I believe it used to be like 30 days to just try it out and just send it back, no questions asked. Or is that 90 days? Anyways, it's a 3-year warranty on the tool too. So if you have any problems within 3 years, they will take care of you. read your warranty info. The last thing I want to say about the RTS, and the reason I picked one up, and why we're welcoming it to the family, and why this one is particularly, it's a touching moment here at the Idiot household, is that it's a pretty significant investment to get a variety of grits for your sanding tools. I mean, it honestly, if you have good abrasives, it costs money for any system. You know, the good stuff isn't, they don't give it away. So because I have this pad on this guy and this size pad on that guy and the beefy one down here, the LS130, these all use the same abrasive. And so they're all using, oh, sorry, that's the 80 by 133. So I have my 220, my 320, and my 400. So there's a stack of Granat, the blue one. It's a paper-backed product. So I got the 220, 320, 400. I want to say it's like 40 bucks a box. So you're looking at about $100 worth of sandpaper right here, a little bit more, I believe, with tax and whatever. So the nice thing is I use these, and if I need to do linear sanding, I've got it. If I need to do fine orbital finishing sanding, I've got it. If I need to run around something with a hose, I've got that too. And what I've used the mouse for, and not so much the sanders, and you do want to have that thin Velcro pad that's on this guy. I need to put one onto my 400, but just the thin part, there's the foam that's been living on here. So that Velcro part right there, you want to use it with the Granat net, which is Festool's abrasive net product. What happens is, because it's thinner, you don't want to put it right onto your tool pad, because what's going to happen is the friction is going to cook your hooks, and it's going to not stick at all. You're gonna burn your pad, and then you're gonna have to get a new one, and that's 30 bucks. I'm guessing, I don't know. It's an inconvenience, but you're probably not going to do it too often. I mean, you might do it 2 or 3 times if you have no idea you need the Velcro. So I'm trying to help you avoid that. This is the net product. Where this really shines is when you have something that's super crumbly and very dusty. And so what I have done in my own house is I've put the Granat net onto this pad. It's the 180 grit. So I put this on. I've taken a bucket with just a standard vacuum, and I put some water and a chip separator. And then what I did was I sanded by hand all my drywall joints when I sheetrocked and mudded my living room and dining room and other rooms. And so using that long hose, I was able to position it in the center of the room. Using the abrasive, I was able to go around and just lightly sand every joint, and it looks great. I'll give you a tour sometime, different video. But if I find something like an old piece of furniture that has either particularly cracked up shellac finish, it's sun damaged or water damaged, sometimes those will just, like, you put your fingernail and you can drag the whole length of the piece of furniture and just powders. If you run into that, or you run into some kind of paint finish, or let's say you want to sand your drywall joints with Granat net, you can just go from one thing to the next with the same size. You still want the Velcro, extra Velcro, but that is a real advantage when you have the Festool system. Is I have 3 different sanding options here, and I can use any one of these and not have to buy into the system all over again. So welcome to the family, buddy. I hope you're going to be not fighting with your brothers here. And so that's it. If you want to see the next Flipping Festool Friday, there's going to be, like I said, there's going to be kind of a game changer for me coming up with this particular tool and the little hose that I showed you. But I'm just waiting for something to come in. If you want to see what happens there, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.